Okay, I believe that should be serious. And I'm going to put it way out of focus.
See, when you go out of focus, there's the center mirror in my telescope. That, look up telescope collimation. You put a telescope out of focus on purpose so you can see the inside of it, the mirrors and stuff. Now this telescope has a lens on the front of it and a mirror in the lens. It doesn't have the 4 bars holding the secondary mirror on the front. It's got a piece of glass. So if you have a Newtonian telescope, I've showed this and talked about this plenty before, it'll have bars holding the center mirror, and you put it out of focus on purpose, and then you line up the internal parts. Some of these telescopes need adjusting sometimes, or they'll get off center. But here's some more.
See that? That is the outline of my mirror in the front of my telescope. Okay, I'm gonna go back in focus. Get steady there. It's at its smallest point. It's in focus. And this eyepiece is zoomed.
And you just touch the focus knob, and the telescope shakes like that. Same thing with the camera. It's hard to do anything about it.
As far as it'll go. And this is a lot more power than a P1000. So it's not taking up the whole screen. There you go. That's what stars look like through a telescope and my cell phone. Okay. Oh, I'll film this with the P1000 too.
But there you go, a star in focus.
Alright, you can see.
May not be 100% in focus, as so you touch the telescope, the focus knob, it starts jumping around. It's kind of hard to get it perfect. I mean, you get a really expensive rig with a little motor on the focus knob. You can turn it remotely without touching it. You get a little bit better. They got something called a Batinov mask, I believe is how you pronounce it, that you put over the front of the telescope to get perfect focus on stars. But, it's not easy. Astrophotography is not easy. I'm not saying it is. And you can get something very similar to this with the P1000 if you know what you're doing.
My cell phone. Star.
But that's through the telescope, and I will now show you the P1000.
If I can keep it from shaking. Okay, I didn't change the focus. That is serious in focus.
Okay, that is pretty well in focus, but it is overexposed because I didn't mess with the exposure. But you can get a little bit better than that. I was just doing this as a quick demonstration.
Now, if I turn the focus dial and go out of focus, you get that. That's the outline of the aperture and the internal lenses. There you go, in focus. And this is disappointing to a lot of people because you want the stars to look like that, but
See how when it's out of focus with the P1000 it looks different than out of focus with the telescope? It doesn't have the black hole in the center. Okay, now this octagonal looking shape is the outline of your aperture.
that's out of focus all day, every day. In focus right there.